Leo woke up in a sterile, white hospital room. A dull ache throbbed behind his eyes. He found his phone on the bedside table. A contact was labeled simply as boyfriend. He hesitated for a moment. Then he cautiously pressed the call button. He asked the person who answered if he was his boyfriend. The line was silent for a few seconds. A relaxed, pleasant male voice finally responded. The voice assured him that he was, of course, his babe. After his memory returned, Leo realized the truth. He had mistakenly called his secret crush. He thought his crush hated guys like him. He stared at the contact named boyfriend on his phone. His face scrunched up in confusion. After much deliberation, he made the call again. The phone rang only twice before it was answered. Leo quickly asked his question. He wanted to know if this was his boyfriend. The other end fell into a dead silence. Leo's confidence began to waver. Maybe this was a mistake. Then, the same easygoing voice finally spoke. The man on the phone confirmed he was his babe. The affectionate and natural nickname was a relief. Seemed Leo had found the right person. He really did have a boyfriend. He then asked if the man could pick him up. He was at the city hospital in room F01. The voice asked if he was sick. Leo explained his situation with some embarrassment. He had been hit on the head earlier that day. This accident caused a partial loss of memory. Doctors said his brain showed no physical damage. For safety, a family member had to get him. His parents were out of state. He figured a boyfriend counted as family. The line went quiet again for a moment. Then the man calmly reassured him. He told Leo not to be afraid. He was on his way. With that promise, Leo's panic subsided. His mind had been a chaotic mess since arriving. None of his memories seemed to connect properly. The doctor suggested severe stress caused the memory loss. The strangest part was forgetting he had a boyfriend. He wondered what his boyfriend was like. A person with such a nice voice must be handsome. After all, he had always cared about appearances. As he nervously picked at his fingers, the door opened. A tall young man with long legs entered the room. He was dressed completely in black. His face was strikingly handsome. He had relaxed eyes and a sophisticated air. Leo was momentarily stunned. He recognized the man immediately. It was Ethan, the most popular guy at their university. He wondered what Ethan was doing there. While Leo was lost in confusion, Ethan stood before him. He scanned Leo from head to toe. His eyes held an emotion Leo could not decipher. Suddenly, Ethan leaned in close. Leo could clearly see his dark, intense eyes. Ethan's lazy voice matched the one from the phone. He asked his babe why he was daydreaming. It seemed this man truly was his boyfriend. Yet, Leo still felt a flicker of doubt. He asked again if Ethan was really his boyfriend. He remembered that Ethan was a student at their school. He also remembered that Ethan was straight. Ethan's expression remained unchanged. He explained that he used to be straight, but he fell for Leo at first sight. He said he pursued Leo for a long time. He then pulled out his phone from his pocket. The lock screen was a picture of Leo. Ethan claimed Leo had insisted on it. He would throw a tantrum if Ethan didn't comply. Leo couldn't believe he acted so shamelessly in a relationship. He blinked, finding it hard to accept. He apologized for not remembering any of it. Ethan gently patted his head. His voice softened. He said it was okay as long as Leo was with him. The direct words of affection made Leo's ears burn. He instinctively rubbed against Ethan's hand in response. He felt like a small, harmless, fluffy animal. Ethan was everything he could want in a partner. He was a handsome and talented golden boy. Yet his attitude was gentle only when speaking to Leo. This provided an anchor for Leo's confused heart. While Ethan went to speak with the doctor, Leo secretly took a photo of his back. Since Ethan used his picture, he should do the same. Ethan was so good-looking. Even a casual photo looked like a magazine shoot. He was happily about to change his wallpaper. He then accidentally discovered a secret album. The album was filled with photos of Ethan. There were pictures of him eating. There were pictures of him playing basketball. There were pictures of him in class. Leo was embarrassed by his own obsessive behavior. He pressed his lips together. His earlier doubts started to fade away. Just then, his cheek was gently pinched. Ethan's voice, tinged with a smile, broke the silence. He asked what Leo was smiling about. Leo, blushing, showed him the phone. He explained that his phone had many pictures of Ethan. Ethan's expression froze for a second. He stared intently at the screen. The emotions in his eyes became dark and unreadable. Leo thought he was upset about the photos. He quietly apologized. He offered to delete them and told Ethan not to be angry. Ethan seemed to snap out of his trance. He told Leo not to delete them. He said to keep the photos. Leo thought Ethan disliked the quality of the pictures, but Ethan said they were very good. He was incredibly happy. He felt like he had just found a hidden treasure. Ethan's voice grew a little hoarse. The emotion in his eyes seemed genuine. Leo felt a sense of relief. It appeared Ethan liked him a lot, and he really liked Ethan too. This thought warmed his heart. He obediently let Ethan take him back to campus. When they arrived at his dorm, his roommates were there. Mike, who faced the door, saw him first. He greeted him with a wide grin. He asked where Leo had been all day. He noted that Leo was usually so well behaved. Then he saw Ethan. His voice jumped several octaves in surprise. The other roommates looked over, equally shocked. They were all surprised to see Ethan there. Leo looked at Ethan, who was now standing beside him. He was confused. His roommates didn't know about his relationship with Ethan. He told them that Ethan was his boyfriend. He said it was normal for Ethan to bring him back. His roommates looked even more stunned. They asked when he started dating, and when he had come out. They were shocked that Ethan was also gay. Seeing their dumbfounded expressions, Leo realized his mistake. He had just revealed his sexuality to them. The memory loss was truly a disaster. Feeling lost, he felt a large hand firmly grasp his. He then heard Ethan speak in a calm, unhurried voice. Ethan apologized for the intrusion. He confirmed he was Leo's boyfriend. He explained Leo had kept it a secret. Leo feared they might be homophobic. Ethan said if they had a problem, they should talk to him. He told them not to scare Leo. Ethan's family was very influential. Few students at the school dared to cross him, so his words carried an unspoken weight. The roommates immediately became very accommodating. They assured him it was just a surprise. They invited Ethan to come in and sit down. Ethan nodded politely. He led Leo inside as if he owned the place. Seeing his composure, Leo also calmed down. He was grateful that Ethan was there. It made him rely on Ethan even more. His gaze followed Ethan around the room. Ethan spoke to the roommates about Leo's memory loss. He then glanced at Leo with a playful look. He gently pinched Leo's cheek. It was a light-hearted and intimate gesture. He told them to call him if Leo felt unwell. He would answer at any time. The roommates eagerly agreed. Soon it was time for Ethan to leave. Leo was still debating whether to walk him downstairs, but Ethan had already pulled him out of the room. He left the curious roommates behind. Leo, with his ears burning, followed Ethan downstairs. Luckily, there were few people around at this hour. He told Ethan to go back and rest. Ethan raised an eyebrow with a hint of teasing. He asked what his babe had just called him. Leo replied that he had called him Ethan. Ethan said that was not what Leo used to call him. Leo's eyelashes fluttered. He asked sheepishly for a hint. He explained he truly forgot. Ethan's lips curved into a slight smile. He told Leo that he used to call him Honey. Leo was completely bewildered by this information. That nickname felt incredibly intimate. It seemed a little inappropriate between two men. He mumbled for a moment. His shyness made it impossible to say the word. Fortunately, Ethan did not push him. He offered an alternative. He said they could try a different name. Leo's mind raced through several affectionate terms. He finally settled on one. He tentatively tried it out. "Babe?" he asked. The word had just left his lips. He saw Ethan's expression change instantly. He then heard him mutter a soft curse word under his breath. Ethan said Leo was being very cute. Leo was too flustered to speak. His eyes darted around nervously. He felt as if Ethan had wanted to kiss him. But Ethan didn't make any further moves. He just told Leo to rest well. He promised to pick him up for class in the morning. Leo nodded obediently. Ethan then stroked his head like he was petting a cat. After Ethan turned to leave, Leo started walking back. He couldn't resist looking back one more time. He saw Ethan throwing something into a trash can. It was a crumpled, sweat-dampened tissue. Leo wondered what a cool guy like Ethan was nervous about. That day was a whirlwind. He had lost his memory. He had gained a perfect boyfriend. He had also come out of the closet. He returned to his dorm feeling dazed. His roommates immediately started questioning him with sly grins. But with his memory gone, he had nothing to tell them. They teased him for a bit. Then they urged him to get some rest. He was relieved they were not homophobic. The roller coaster of a day had left him exhausted. He fell asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow. He then dreamed of Ethan. But it was a very different Ethan from the one he met today. He wasn't by his side. He was in the middle of a crowd. He was the center of attention, radiant and confident. His profile was half hidden in the sunset's glow. He looked impossibly handsome. His roommate Mike whispered to him. He pointed to the popular senior named Ethan. He mentioned Ethan was the class valedictorian. His family was extremely wealthy. Mike lamented the unfairness of life. Leo smiled. He wanted to say that man was his boyfriend, but no sound came out of his mouth. He struggled to speak. Ethan was already leaving with a group of friends. He never once looked in Leo's direction. He was cold and unreachable. This was a stark contrast to the gentle man from today. Leo grew anxious. Why was Ethan ignoring him? The scene suddenly shifted. He was in the library. He saw Ethan trying to check out a book. Ethan had forgotten his library card. The librarian was stubborn. No card meant no book. The atmosphere was tense. Leo, standing behind him, gathered his courage. He offered his own library card. Ethan was taken aback. He played with the card while glancing at Leo. A handsome curve formed at the corner of his eye. He said Leo's name and thanked him. Leo wanted to say you're welcome, but again he could not speak. He grew frustrated. The scene changed once more. He was outside a basketball court. He saw a boy with delicate features confessing to Ethan. The crowd around them made curious and gossipy noises. But Ethan, dribbling a basketball, didn't even look up. He uttered a single, dismissive word. Scram. The boy's face turned pale. He left in embarrassment, brushing past a stunned Leo. Ethan seemed to sense something. He looked up and saw Leo. His brow furrowed with an unreadable expression. Leo felt an uncontrollable urge to turn and leave. He acted as if he was tired of the drama. But his heart was filled with an uncontrollable sourness. Was this a real memory? Or was it just a dream? If it was real, Ethan seemed homophobic. Then why did he become his boyfriend? Everything felt so confusing. Something was definitely not right. These questions weighed heavily on him in his sleep. He was gently shaken awake. He still felt a bit disoriented. Mike poked him again. He asked why Leo was sweating so much. He wondered if Leo was feeling sick. Leo took a few deep breaths and shook his head. He said he was just groggy from sleep. Mike told him to get up. He said that Ethan had been waiting downstairs for a while. The name made Leo sit up quickly. He looked out the window. Ethan was standing casually by a flower bed. He looked like a model in a photo shoot. His eyes were fixed on the entrance of their dorm. He seemed to be in a very good mood. Mike continued with a teasing tone. He wondered how a good boy like Leo landed a player like Ethan. He mentioned that Ethan even brought him breakfast. He marveled at how sweet gay relationships could be. He joked that many girls would be crying in their beds tonight. Leo said he didn't remember. He added that Ethan claimed to have pursued him. Mike was incredulous. He said that was an impressive accomplishment. Leo gave an awkward smile. He was also secretly relieved. Last night's vision must have been just a dream. The worries in his heart began to dissipate. He quickly washed up and rushed downstairs. He apologized to Ethan for oversleeping. The moment Ethan saw him, he stood up a bit straighter. His tone was relaxed. The end of his words were drawn out. He reminded Leo about their promise from last night. Leo pursed his lips in embarrassment. He softly called him babe. Ethan was satisfied. He raised his hand as if to pat Leo's head. But there were many students passing by. His hand paused. He ended up just smoothing down a stray piece of Leo's hair. It was a polite and restrained gesture. It was intimate yet subtle. Driven by a lingering insecurity, Leo acted boldly. He leaned in and rubbed against Ethan's arm. The sudden move surprised even Ethan. Ethan asked if he wasn't afraid to be so forward. Leo knew what he meant. He was worried about being judged for their public affection. Although society was more open, their relationship was still novel. Under the curious gazes of others, Leo looked at him with trust. He said he wasn't afraid. In truth, he was scared. He was afraid the distant Ethan from his dream was real. Only by being close to him could he feel at ease. Ethan walked him to his classroom. He had his own class to attend, so he left first. Leo watched his relaxed figure disappear. He then turned to enter the classroom. Instantly, he felt like he was under a spotlight. He cleared his throat. He slowly sat down, holding the breakfast Ethan bought him. He then heard the soft whispers of discussion around him. His and Ethan's names were mentioned frequently. The word gay was also whispered. Campus gossip spread incredibly fast. While drinking his coffee, he browsed the campus confession page. The page was filled with posts about them. A few classmates came over. They asked why he had been absent yesterday. He didn't remember who they were, but he politely replied that he was sick. He pretended not to see the gossip in their eyes. Thankfully, the professor arrived soon. The discussions died down, but throughout the class, people still turned to look at him. He let them stare calmly. He was just waiting for class to end so he could find Ethan. When the bell rang, he was about to get up. A tall and muscular guy blocked his way. The guy asked why Leo pretended to be straight before. He had rejected him in the past. At his words, the other students slowed their packing. People on their phones typed faster. They looked excited, like they were sending urgent messages. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Leo looked up at the guy. He had a generic face and a short neck. Leo couldn't remember him at all. He must not have been important. So he responded politely, asking who he was. The guy was taken aback. Then his face twisted with anger. He accused Leo of faking innocence after faking purity. He said Leo only wanted Ethan for his money. Leo's good temper finally snapped. He understood this person was just looking for trouble. His expression turned cold. He put his bag down, ready for a confrontation. A familiar, lazy voice came from the classroom door. The voice said he wished Leo would depend on him. He added that it was none of the guy's business. The previously aggressive guy froze. He looked like a chicken being strangled. He wanted to say more, but under Ethan's unsmiling gaze, he turned and left. Leo quickly grabbed his bag and ran to Ethan. He didn't know how much Ethan had heard. He worried Ethan might misunderstand. He lowered his eyes, trying to explain about the guy. But Ethan asked him a different question. He asked if his babe was hungry. Leo was caught off guard. He asked Ethan to treat him to something good. Leo was silent for a moment. He then looked up and smiled sweetly. He agreed. Ethan trusted him. He was a really good person. Leo felt his heart flutter as he followed Ethan out. They ran into several of Ethan's smirking friends. One of them exclaimed that Ethan's dream had come true. He introduced himself as Ethan's roommate. He told Leo that Ethan acted like a player but was very loyal. He had been obsessed since seeing Leo in the library. He was always trying to create accidental encounters. Another friend chimed in. He said Ethan even said Leo's name in his sleep, but he was too scared to confess. The friend being exposed looked annoyed. He told them to get lost. They laughed and said they wouldn't interrupt their date. They said goodbye to Leo. Leo smiled and waved back. His heart felt soft and warm. He tugged on Ethan's sleeve. He couldn't help but ask a question. He wanted to know why Ethan didn't confess sooner. Ethan took his hand as they walked. He answered calmly. He thought Leo was homophobic. Leo finally understood. It was a misunderstanding. That's why he had resorted to a secret crush. But it was okay. They were together now. Under the curious gazes of others, he happily snuggled closer. Their relationship continued, sweet and intimate. The campus buzz about them was soon replaced. The pressure of final exams took over. This was a relief for Leo. He was tired of being the center of attention. However, as time went on, he started to feel puzzled. Ethan rarely initiated any deep physical contact. They held hands and he would pat Leo's head. But they rarely even hugged. Shouldn't a normal couple kiss? He wondered if Ethan preferred a platonic relationship. But the way Ethan looked at him was always intense. It was anything but reserved. Yet Leo was too shy to ask directly. He felt like Ethan was leaving an escape route for both of them. He wondered what Ethan was so afraid of. He kept these thoughts to himself. It even started to affect his sleep. One day, it was Ethan's roommate's birthday. Ethan took him along to the party. The young men were drinking and laughing. Their lively table attracted a lot of attention. Ethan, in particular, was the most eye-catching. Leo sat beside him, his mind wandering. He absent-mindedly took a sip of alcohol. Just one small sip made him feel dizzy. He realized he had a very low tolerance. He covered his face, feeling unwell. Ethan quickly noticed something was wrong. He asked if Leo had been drinking. Leo slowly nodded. He vaguely heard Ethan chuckle. Then Ethan seemed to say something to his friends. Caused a burst of laughter and teasing. Later, he felt himself being lifted onto someone's back. The back was broad and strong. It had a familiar and pleasant scent that made him feel safe. He drifted off to sleep. When he woke up, he was in his dorm room. It was quiet. His roommates were not there. His boyfriend, Ethan, was kneeling in front of him, taking off his shoes. The position was a bit strange. It made his already foggy head feel even more confused. He couldn't help but call his name. Ethan just glanced up at him. Even in his daze, Leo corrected himself. He called him babe. Ethan asked what was wrong and if he was feeling sick. Leo shook his head. He said softly that there was something he wanted to do. Ethan got up and sat next to him. When he looked down at people, he had a captivating charm. Leo watched him, feeling dizzy. His gaze uncontrollably drifted downwards. It finally landed on Ethan's thin lips. As the saying goes, alcohol gives courage to the timid. He directly stated his desire. He asked if they could kiss. As soon as the words were out, the room fell silent. Ethan's gaze suddenly became scorching hot. It made even his neck flush red. But after waiting for a while, Ethan didn't move. Leo thought he was waiting for him to take the initiative. So he leaned in. Just as their lips were about to touch, a finger pressed against his forehead. Then he heard Ethan's slightly hoarse voice. He said no. He said he had already been greedy enough. Leo blinked in confusion. He didn't understand what he meant. Later, Ethan seemed to say something else. But the alcohol hit him again. He mumbled a few times and fell asleep. In a daze, he felt someone taking care of him. He comfortably turned over. It was nice to have a boyfriend. He just wished they could kiss. The next day, he stared at the ceiling for a long time. Then he slowly curled up under the covers. He started to scream silently. He couldn't believe what he had done last night. He had tried to be a hooligan. Worse, he had been rejected by Ethan. The embarrassment made him want to leave the planet. After the shame subsided, he started to feel down. Why did Ethan reject him? Was he just playing with him? He was filled with sorrow. When he tried to get out of bed, he missed a step. He lost his balance and fell to the floor. He hit his head hard. He hissed in pain. It was just not his day. No one else was in the dorm. He struggled to get up, but his head started to spin. A flood of memories rushed into his brain. They were chaotic and overwhelming. The world went black and he fainted. When he woke up again, he was in the hospital. His roommate Mike was sitting beside him. Mike was relieved that he had finally woken up. Leo's head was still a mess. He was confused about why he was in the hospital. Mike explained they found him unconscious on the floor. They had immediately brought him to the hospital. He reassured Leo that he was fine. It was just a bump on the head. He also said his boyfriend was on his way. Leo paused while rubbing his forehead. He asked what boyfriend Mike was talking about. He didn't have a boyfriend. Now it was Mike's turn to be stunned. He reminded Leo about Ethan, the campus heartthrob. He said they were just out together yesterday. Leo was completely bewildered. Ethan was his boyfriend? His head throbbed even more. Two sets of memories were tangled together. He couldn't tell which was real. Just then, a hurried young man entered the room. It was the handsome but worried-looking Ethan. Seeing Leo sitting there dazed, he sighed. He immediately walked over and hugged him. He reassured him in a deep voice. His clean, pleasant scent overwhelmed Leo's senses. He said he should have stayed with him last night. He asked if his babe was still in pain. The word babe made Leo's mind buzz. His heart pounded wildly. Mike chuckled nearby. He said he would leave them alone. As he left, he mentioned Leo seemed off. He said Leo had forgotten he had a boyfriend. The Ethan holding him stiffened. A moment later, he slowly released Leo. He created a polite distance between them. Leo looked up at him. He saw regret and helplessness on his handsome face. He looked nothing like his usual confident self. His voice was strained as he asked the question. He asked if Leo remembered everything. Leo nodded, embarrassed. He remembered most of it. He remembered his secret crush on Ethan. He remembered being afraid to confess. He had only dared to save his number as boyfriend. After losing his memory, he had mistaken his crush for his real boyfriend. Ethan had not corrected him or looked down on him. He had played along and treated him well. He said he liked him. He even coaxed him into calling him babe. The whole situation was incredibly awkward. Leo moved his lips, wanting to confirm something, but he didn't know what to say. Ethan suddenly apologized. He stared at Leo without blinking. Leo's eyelashes trembled. He said it was okay, it was his fault. Then there was a dead silence. Suddenly, Ethan made a soft sound of frustration. He leaned in again. He asked with a hint of obsession, "Leo, can we still be together?" Leo avoided his gaze. His voice was muffled. He said he didn't know. He truly didn't know how to face Ethan. Before the amnesia, he had a crush on him. After, he discovered Ethan liked him back. It made him happy, but also felt unreal. He wanted to wait until his head was clear. Then he could have a proper talk with him. It was the respectful thing to do for both of them. Ethan seemed to understand his discomfort. He didn't push him like before, but his gaze remained direct and intense. He accompanied Leo back to school from the hospital. After that, he brought him breakfast every day. He would wait for him after his classes. Leo once casually mentioned a popular snack. Ethan spent half a day going to the other side of the city to buy it for him. When his shoelaces came untied, Ethan would kneel down to tie them. He did it so naturally. Onlookers were stunned. Leo's face would flush. For some reason, he felt like prey being watched by a predator. He felt like he couldn't escape. Ethan's bold yet humble actions revived the campus gossip page. People wondered if they had broken up. They hadn't seen them holding hands lately. Others commented that they were even more disgustingly sweet now. Someone joked that Ethan had become a total simp. They asked Leo to teach a class on taming a heartthrob. The comments were endless. Someone claimed to have seen them at the lake. Leo's eyes were red, as if he had something in them. The comment was deleted 5 seconds later. Coincidentally, Ethan was the page administrator. Mike showed these posts to Leo. He asked what was going on between them. At that moment, Leo was reading a text from Ethan. His lips turned down slightly. He looked a little sad. He said they hadn't broken up, but weren't really dating either. Mike was confused. He asked if they were fighting. Leo told him everything that had happened. He wanted an outside perspective. After hearing the story, Mike was amazed at Ethan's cunning plan. But he then said something important. He said since they both liked each other, the process didn't matter. Leo asked what mattered most. Mike told him the result was what mattered. Mike's words were a revelation. Leo had always thought the journey was more important. But looking at it from another angle made sense. Since he and Ethan liked each other, why waste time? They should just be happy together. After figuring this out, he planned to talk to Ethan. But Ethan invited him on a road trip first. They were going camping with his roommates and friends. The group of guys were all close to Ethan. They teased Leo and Ethan the whole way, but it was clear they were trying to set them up. Leo smiled and let them have their fun. When he felt too shy, he would look at Ethan. Ethan would then playfully kick his friends to shut them up. This only led to more teasing. When they reached the campsite, they played a game. It was Leo's turn. The guys mischievously told him and Ethan to go into the nearby woods. They had to stay there for 10 minutes. The suggestion was loaded with implication. Leo pursed his lips. He got up and walked toward the woods first. He soon heard familiar footsteps behind him. The woods at night were quiet and dark. He could only hear their breathing. A little light came from the campsite. He thought they had walked far enough. He stopped, ready to talk to Ethan. But Ethan spoke first. Leo felt a shiver down his spine. He slowly turned to look at him. In the dim light, the handsome man's features were soft. His silhouette was half hidden in shadow. Leo asked what was wrong. Ethan said there were bugs flying around. He told him to come closer. Leo scoffed, saying he wasn't afraid of bugs. But his body moved closer anyway. He then tripped on a tree root. He fell straight towards Ethan. Ethan caught him in his arms. His clean scent filled Leo's nose. He steadied himself and quickly thanked him. The boy's tone was playful. He said words were cheap. He wanted some real action. Leo instinctively tried to push him away. He asked what Ethan wanted to do. Ethan said he wanted to kiss him. Leo remembered how Ethan had refused him before, so he deliberately said no. Ethan didn't say anything. He just looked down at him. Leo's heart softened. He stammered that maybe just one kiss was okay. But just as he was about to lift his face, the ground started to shake. Branches began to fall. Birds and insects flew in a panic. The screams from the campsite mixed with a deep rumbling sound. An earthquake. Ethan's lazy demeanor vanished. He became incredibly serious. He grabbed Leo and ran towards an open area. The sight of his composure calmed Leo's nerves. Luckily, they weren't far from the campsite. They quickly made it back. Just as Leo was about to breathe a sigh of relief, Ethan suddenly pushed him hard. Leo fell to the ground. He heard a massive crash behind him. He looked back in panic. A large tree had fallen where he had been standing. Ethan was lying unconscious beside it. At that moment, Leo felt his blood run cold. He scrambled over to him. He called Ethan's name. There was no response. He didn't waste any time. He managed to lift Ethan onto his back. He remembered how Ethan had carried him. He had always been so steady. Leo's nose started to sting, but he held back his tears. Fortunately, Ethan's friends came looking for them. The earthquake had stopped. They rushed to get back to the car, but too many people were trying to leave at once. The road was completely blocked. Leo held Ethan's head in his lap. He was frantic with worry. One of the friends tried to comfort him. He said the news reported a magnitude 5 quake. The road damage wasn't severe. Rescue teams were on the way. Another friend yelled to clear a path. He said Ethan would be in serious trouble otherwise. Several of them got out to plead with other drivers. Just then, the man in his lap stirred. He let out a low groan of pain. Leo was overjoyed. He asked if Ethan was awake. His friends rushed back to the car. They were amazed Ethan was okay after being hit by a tree. Amidst the noise, the man slowly opened his eyes. His gaze met Leo's worried face. Under Leo's hopeful stare, Ethan frowned. He asked coldly, "Who are you?" Everyone fell silent. Leo was at a complete loss. Had Ethan lost his memory from the blow? Was this some kind of cheesy drama plot? His eyes immediately turned red. Just then, Ethan's expression changed. He sat up and pulled Leo into a hug. He wiped away his tears. He apologized for tricking him. Leo was even more confused. He asked if Ethan hadn't lost his memory. Ethan admitted he was just playing a joke. It was a terrible joke, but it made Leo laugh through his tears. He punched Ethan's arm lightly. Ethan caught his hand and kissed it. His friends were relieved, then annoyed. They complained about begging people to clear the road. They said they were just part of Ethan's romantic games. Ethan took all the blame. He promised to treat them to a seafood dinner. After they left, it was just the two of them. Ethan's playful expression disappeared. He looked at Leo seriously. He promised that even if he really lost his memory, he would remember Leo. He would always remember that Leo was his favorite person. Leo cleared his throat. He asked if Ethan's contact for him was also boyfriend. Ethan said it wasn't. He took out his phone and showed him. His contact name for Leo was Babe. It represented how much he cherished him. It was tender and intimate, just like him. Leo asked what would have happened if he had never made that first call. Ethan thoughtfully squeezed his hand. He said he probably would have pursued him anyway. He would have done it even if Leo might reject him. Leo leaned against him. He said he wouldn't have. He smelled the mix of leaves and laundry detergent on his clothes. He saw the small scrape on his neck. He confessed he had fallen for him at first sight. He said he would never have rejected him. He then told Ethan that they should date for real. They would be in a serious relationship with both of them fully aware. Ethan was stunned for a moment. He hadn't expected the usually shy Leo to be so direct. Then, a brilliant light exploded in his eyes. It was just like the first time Leo had seen him. Dazzling and captivating. Ethan leaned down and kissed him. It was a serious and precious kiss. He said, "Hello. Seems I really am your boyfriend now."